consuming non-veg, eating non-veg, all of that. One is its violence towards the animals. That's true. But more than that, it causes cancer. You sell your own body, your own health, your own fitness, your life for someone else to make money. That's exactly what was happening. I think only Swamiji can give this kind of a perspective to us, where Swamiji told how we all eat to become healthy. We all eat to make sure our body is fine, fit for us to live longer. But we eat something that which we know is going to cause cancer to our body, which is going to affect our body. But knowing it just to make money, because they want to make trillions of dollars, they promote non-veg and they make you eat non-veg, and you fall for it just for that temporary taste that you get.
Actually, just yesterday I was watching a video, a documentary on how the skin bleaching. It's extremely dangerous. It's illegal. It's banned in many countries also, and there are many products that are like specific ones which are known to cause cancer when it's banned. And though it's illegal, so I'm not going to be mentioning the name of the country. This is a documentary that I was watching. It is clearly illegal, but it is sold on the streets. Like you can go to any whether it's a mall or even if it's a grocery store, you get it. You get these creams in abundance. And so the person who's doing the documentary, the person goes and like tests the chemicals in it, and it's shocked that like poisons like mercury and hydroquinone, all these things are in higher levels, like extremely high levels. So if with continuous usages, and people are also getting affected. Yet, just to get that satisfaction of that one time, how it adds up a glow or whatever they call it as, just to feel that lightness in the skin for some time, people go to the extent of risking their life itself. They're okay with getting cancer. That's when I understood that it's not just that okay, people are thinking it has, oh, maybe maybe this more healthy or not. No, many people are even aware that their life itself is going to be affected. Cancer can come, but still, what makes us choose it? What is it that's making us go towards it if we just come back and see it? The cognition that you carry about life. When you feel you're going to end at some point, right now itself, you want to get as much as possible. You're not worried about your future. It's more of now what, how much I can get out of this.
Actually, that many times Swamiji has told that a temporary gratification that we need for our system. Let's say, so many companies we know, we go eat burgers, pizzas, everywhere. There's so many videos, and there are so many things that we have, which we have seen. So many documentaries, so much of awareness is being brought about many soft drinks, so many things. But for that moment, that temporary gratification for our taste, we go fall prey to it every single time. And we'll fall ill, then we'll go to medicine. The whole thing, that whole thing is one industry which is using your health for them to gain money. Many times, that is why Swamiji keeps telling, eat as per your goals. You eat what you eat, that's what you become. When you constantly don't care, when you say just now, this is cheaper, let me buy, this is nice, tastier, and for once only I'm going to eat, once in a while only I'm going to eat, you start like that. It pulls you into the delusion. You keep falling back for it again and again and again.
Actually, as so many of you are watching right now, all of you can just go to Twitter and join our discussion. Just go to Twitter, Use the hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, and tweet your opinion. Just go to Twitter and tweet so we can read out what you are sharing as your opinion, and we can also interact with you. So it'll be a very nice discussion that we'll be having, and a powerful vakya to this. If you all remember, we all had Swamiji sharing about this, having intense vakyarthas just on this concept of kalpa and what Swamiji had revealed about it. So let's take a few minutes, go to Twitter and share your opinion. And before that, before we enter into that discussion, we have a small video for you where Swamiji explains about how you have to eat for what you want to be. Eat as per your goals. Eat as per what you want to be. Let's watch that video now.
I'm going to share with you all. I'm also making it as practical as possible. Like, I wanted this to be practiced by e-Kailasavasis. See, whom I call e-Kailasavasis, people who attend morning Satsangh and who do yoga in their own homes, create a beautiful Kailasa ecosystem. I was talking about the ideology for eating. What is supposed to be the ideology for eating? Decide what you want in your life. You want to be very active, alive, constantly moving towards what you want to achieve in your life, to manifest what do you want? Then naturally align your food for that. That's it. In 6 months, you can evolve an amazing, customized ideology for eating. When you do Nirahara Samyama, you will awaken your biointelligence. What suits you, what does not suit you, what kind of a juice makes you feel energetic and what makes you feel tired, when to eat. Ideology and policies for eating you can develop if you just do 1 or 2 Nirahara Samyama. I tell you. Nirahara Samyama is the best way to develop an independent policies and ideology about eating. And same way Kutakesha Samyama. Try Kutakesha Samyama to develop ideas and policies about sleeping. How you should sleep, when you should sleep, how many hours is best. You can evolve your own strategy. Understand? Evolving your own strategy in every field, your own policy and your own strategy for yourself in every field can be achieved through integrity. If you apply integrity as a strategy, in every field you will evolve your own policies, your own ideas. I tell you, anyone who has evolved his own strategies, his own policies for food, sleep, sex, tiredness, to deal with boredom, all this, if you develop your own strategies and ideas by applying integrity as the strategy, you will achieve anything you want. I tell you. Apply integrity as the strategy.
Yes. All of you can now go to Twitter, use the hashtag Kailasa Votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, and tweet your understanding. What is the click that you are getting from this as we are sharing with you? So we were discussing some time before, we were discussing about this kalpa. So the question that I have for all of you today is, how is this kalpa, understanding of kalpa? Swamiji had explained in Satsangh day before yesterday, telling how just the understanding that you have about kalpa will heal you. Kalpa is the fourth unit of time. Like day is the time taken for earth to rotate around itself, and month is the time taken for moon to go around the earth, and year is a time taken for earth to go around the sun, and kalpa is a time taken for this entire surya mandala, the whole galaxy itself, to go around the mahakailasa. Swamiji said that just by cognizing, even intellectually understanding the concept of kalpa can free you from so many fears, especially the fear of impermanence, etc. How? First, how was that? What is your understanding about kalpa, and how do you understand it? When somebody is saying it, you get out of the fear of impermanence. How do you understand it? And how this votes that is coming up, the Hindu voting, is how you feel that Hindu voting system is going to help in reaching out all these sciences to the world. So all of you can go to Twitter and share.
We have this Aya back again.
Who has tweeted, can you share the relationship between the understanding of kalpa and the thoughts per second? And also the relationship between the thoughts per second and the decision of what kind of food you take in. Beautiful question, Aya. I'll actually answer about it. See, you have attended the darshan and programs of Swamiji. So when you sit during the darshan, how do you feel? You will now not know, you will be so enamored, like you'll be so much in love. You will not know how many minutes have passed by. Time just flies. Suddenly you realize it just feel like 5 minutes, but already 2 hours have passed. Whenever you're in love, time feels like it just goes so fast. Same way when you're bored, time feels like you feel like a long time. You look at your watch, not even 5 minutes have passed. It feels like 1 hour has already gone by. Time seems to move extremely slow. As the thought per second rate increases, we start feeling time is moving slow. The perception of time will become extremely limited. So you will start having a narrow vision for life. When your thought per second rate decreases, like when you're in love, at that time, the TPS is extremely low. TPS means thought per second rate. So that TPS rate is extremely low. So the perception that you have about time is vast. So when your perception about time is so expanded, when you perceive time in such large quantity, that is why when your TPS is low, you will be able to cognize the signs of kalpa, or like the unit of kalas, kalpa, in a much better way. How you cognize? See, just imagine and see. You cannot cognize more than a certain number of days or month, whatever unit you put in. You cannot just, can you visualize, let's say 20 days, 30 days? You immediately tend to call it like a month. You come to shorter measuring. When I say 80 days, you don't measure it as 80 days. We immediately jump to no months. So 2 months, 2.5 months. That's the way we calculate it. Why? Our mind cannot cognize more than a certain number. So the units that we use is very important. When you start cognizing the unit even intellectually, you start feeling an expanse happening in your system. These are all my understandings, of course. Like Swamiji's
Actually, I
telling.
wanted to share also. Ditsaya, you had for the question that you had asked. I remember in Conquering Time webinar, Swamiji beautifully explains. Even this is a clip that I got just now as we were all discussing. The binary oscillation between the moments of powerfulness and the moments of powerlessness. That understanding when that binary oscillation is happening, that is time. So you can use some generalized units of time for whole world to be in understanding to function in a certain way, but for each individual time happens as per that binary oscillation between the moments of powerfulness and powerlessness.
The
So
associated
actually,
powerfulness and
yeah,
associated
and
powerlessness.
actually when Swamiji was talking in the satsang about now he in day for say satsang, Swamiji was saying that how when sometimes that's why time will become very slow for you, it will become very fast for you. See, I just realized that as per the thoughts per second that Swamiji was explaining, when you are powerful, your thoughts per second will naturally be low, and that is when you feel, oh, time is more, there is enough time and you can do whatever you want. The moments of your powerlessness, your thoughts per second is high, you feel time is running fast, there's so much running in you, so you feel like time is running so fast. So time for every each one of us is just this oscillation between what you associate as powerfulness and what you associate as powerlessness. And when you are powerful, the thoughts per second being less, and when you are powerless, the thoughts per second being more. This whole thing is time. But just for us to function in an proper understanding, we all use certain units. And like she told, that's a beautiful point actually, where because we cannot, our mind is trained to be only in that binary. We are never trained to think vast. Even when you go to school, when you're taught from young age, so society teaches you only to think in this frame. That is why when kids enter the school, they visualize so much about life. When I grow up, I'll become a superhero, I will fly, I will get powers, and I will become like the cartoon that I see, all of that. By the time that child passes the third grade, fourth grade, they will know I have simply no other choice. I have to become, I will study, 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 study. I'll just become another doctor, another normal teacher, another engineer. That's all. All of our minds, it's like a factory, all of our minds are narrowed down to not let us to cognize the vastness of life or time.
Actually, we have many people who are tweeted. I'm just seeing. I think I missed a few of the tweets. So I think this the AI had actually tweeted earlier. Subtly, we calculate our possibility based on how much time we have, how we measure kala. Just hearing about kalpa starts building subtle brain grooves, opening the inner space. Just knowing about kalpa, you know you have more than enough. You can be in tune with kala. Beautiful understanding, Aya. That's actually a very beautiful way you have put it.
And also, this I just wanted to tell you, see, you will be able to experientially understand this because I have seen many people who are part of the Paramashiva Ganas. They will feel so much work is there, and I'll maybe give few hours. What is going to happen? Sometimes it may not happen, or I don't know how much I will be able to do. But just the space that Swamiji gives, the teamly that Swamiji gives, I have heard so many people talk. They don't know how the time will seem so like small time they would have spent, but they would have done so much in that small time. Something would have happened. Swamiji will just make it happen. Whatever is their commitment for that time. You are part of Paramashiva Ganas, and many times you would have experiences. Actually, if you just think in that line, you will understand how, whether you logically cognize what Swamiji tells or not, but just because of the feeling connection that we all have to Swamiji, Swamiji makes us experience and live in that space. You can share with us.
So we have Ma Devi Karani who has tweeted. So all of you can also become part of this discussion. See, especially if you would have heard Devi Faristay's Satsangh or even listened to it yesterday. What Swamiji has been talking about Kalpa, we are having a Vakyartha about that. And it's important that we have Vakyathas so we understand it in a much more deeper level. So all of you can take few minutes, go to Twitter, use the hashtag Kailasa votes and hashtag veg or non-veg and tweet your click. So like that Ma Devika Rani has tweeted, understanding Kalpa is grace itself. Listening about Kalpa puts us into purified space, unclutched space. So blessed to be in this era with Bhagavan. Thank you. That's so true, Ma. I also feel so blessed that all of us are in this human body and having the ability, the possibility to catch what Bhagavan is revealing to us. And it's so, we are too blessed that when He is in this physical plane, we too are in this physical form, that too as a human being, having the possibility to understand, to cognize, to experience, and to get enlightened. That's so beautiful. And this had also shared another clip. One more click about Kalpa. Knowing and operating from the unit of Kalpa expands your context for sustaining your life. True. And others' life. So you begin to have the larger vision for life, how to preserve and continue for Kalpas. This is like the stem of non-violence. Hashtag Kailasa votes. Absolutely, yeah. Actually, that's why even if you want to cognize this term Kalpa, Swamiji says, only if you're established in that Paramashanta, having that pure peace inside, inner peace, without any violence, agitation, only then you'll be able to even cognize this term Kalpa. So that's so beautiful. Every time, actually, I even try to visualize it. It just feels like how vast it is. Just visualizing Earth itself is so big and visualizing Earth going around Sun, which is 10 times or 100 times more bigger. And when visualizing like this, there are so many which are going around Kailasa. Then how vast, how huge should Kailasa be? Just cognizing that, just trying to visualize that itself is making me feel like vast, expanded.
And not just that, when we visualize that, we will understand. That's a very important point. We will understand for what we are giving priority in our life, how we strategize about life, how what is the way we cognize about life. That whole thing completely changes. It's very important. This you live only once. That whole thing, it became such a deep cognition for so many people. Oh, you live only once, so just do it. Whatever you can do in this time, grab as much as possible and experience everything and die. That whole thought current instills violence. When Swamiji told, I understood in one level. Now when I'm actually talking, I'm understanding more as to how and all the violence happens in us.
Mhm.
Because we our whole thinking becomes so selfish. Not, I should not even say selfish, so restricted just to this body, but even for our own future existence we start creating destruction.
See, it's like, let's say you're stuck in a maze, right? And if you feel like, okay, you're stuck in that forever, like you don't know there's any possibility out, what do you feel? You start trying to make your life better within that. Okay, maze is too hypothetical. Let's say you're in a house. Okay, you are locked up in one single room and you don't know where the key is and you feel like, okay, that's all, I don't have the possibility to get out, so let me make this life itself best. So you try to arrange your room and try to get everything best in within your room itself. So, and you start cursing God many times whenever you feel like, oh God, I have nothing to do. I don't have this. I don't have that. But in reality, the whole, you are actually, you just need to open the door, see outside, because you have a huge mansion. It's just one small door which you are locked inside, and you think that's all is yours. you by and by you forget the possibility of experiencing the other doors. So what happens is the cognition, the strategy for like everything is within that one room. Now, if somebody is telling no, you actually have just come out and see, then the very strategy of life, how you feel about yourself itself gets so expanded.
Absolutely.
So when you cognize the possibility that you exist in so many multiple dimensions, actually the first click when Swamiji said about Kalpa, the first click I got was that means like if this whole thing is revolving around Kailasa, it's not just sun, it's the entire galaxy going around Kailasa. That means how vast, how huge should Kailasa be? And it's very clearly described in Kurma Purana how there are 14 levels of lokas. Atala, Tala, Atala, Patala, like this, and Bur, Bur, Suvar, like this, different lokas are there. And Swamiji says at that time you can exist in all these 14 different lokas. That means you have your dimensions existing in that lokas. So what does that even mean? So what we are trying to, because we feel only this is us, we are trying to fit in like the best, to experience the best within this life itself. When we see, understand, cognize, we actually are existing in those many lokas. It's like you're inside the room locked and someone is telling you just come out and see, you're actually in a huge mansion and this entire mansion is yours. How is that feeling inside you? How excited would you be like to go and experience it? You're no more going to be cursing God, you're no more going to be complaining to yourself, feeling restricted, all these things. See, actually I don't even get this concept of this, where people say okay, you need to feel better, feel good, like just say it as words, but they are still exposed to the same kind of comments in the society, where people are still treating you the same way based on your looks, based on how you, maybe a certain factors are deciding who you are. So that makes us feel okay, restricted, life is done. That's why people can even think of a possibility of suicide. That is, how can someone even think of suicide? So all these are like some different clicks that I'm getting. All of you can also become a part of this discussion. It's so amazing that this Ma Devi Karani, even Ma Balananda has tweeted. Just now I'm seeing her tweet. I'll read out her tweet also. So all of you can go to Twitter, use the hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, and tweet. So Ma Balananda has tweeted, does a yuga have unit of time or does it transcend time? Actually, Ma, yuga, see, Kalpa is described as one day of Brahma. Brahma has one day, which already has multiple yugas within it. So one Kalpa already has multiple yugas within it.
I think in Satsang also Swamiji was sharing about one yuga is one kalpa.
Because Swamiji had actually rephrased it. Swamiji told it as one kalpa because that's when I actually googled and saw one yuga. So one kalpa has multiple yugas in it.
Oh.
So kalpa is a much larger term, and that one kalpa is just one day of Brahma. If you remember in Arunachala Purana, where Paramashiva is described as just a light shaft, he starts growing both up and down, he just expands, and both Vishnu and Brahma go for searching the head, and Brahma goes to search the head, and Vishnu goes to search the feet. And it says, so when Brahma starts moving upwards, at one point of a time he sees the flower Tarambu, which was in Paramashiva's ear, falling down. So Brahma asks, okay, so how long have you been falling down? And then the Tarambu replies, saying, oh, what you're asking me like this, I already saw 4 Brahmas before you. So just imagine and see, just seeing four Brahmas before this Brahma means how many kalpas would have gotten over. And for those many kalpas, each kalpa is just one day, not a year, but a day of Brahma. So how old is this universe? This actually brings us to a lot of questions, and so exciting to even think about this. I'm sure each of you who are watching right now, even you would have had many clicks. You might have understood it in a different way. You might have cognized it in a different way, total different way. So we are really curious to listen from even each of you, just to listen to the understandings actually this Aya that you had shared. That was wonderful, like to even cognize these terms in like, I'll just read it out again. This, I really like this, like subtly we calculate our possibility based on how much time we have, how we measure kala. Just hearing about kalpa starts building the subtle brain groups, opening the inner space. Just knowing about Kalpa, you know you have more than enough. You can be in tune with Kala. Actually, I like that part about how we calculate our possibility based on time. See, you feel like, okay, your youth is going to end within this period. That is when you feel like, see, I have only one life. Then, okay, the best of it is my youth. So, in my youth itself, I should just party, enjoy. That's why people go drink, have drugs, even though they know it affects them, affects their body, mind, their entire system.
Swamiji was actually saying in that example. See, we go for gymming just for our health. We go gym and we go to the gym, we do exercises to build our muscles so that our body is healthy and we have a healthy life. But you start falling for it and you start, let's say one example, you want to play sports, you like sports, and you really feel like by running you become healthy, you achieve better health, you start playing it. Then you go to competitions just for fun, you started, but you fall into such unconsciousness what you started as for your health. You risk your health, you destroy your health, because you start then just to win that one competition, that one day, that one medal, that one card, one tag that's hanging on your neck becomes so important. You put so much of medicines, drugs into your
Steroids.
system, steroids into your system, and you're ready to destroy your health for that one day, one event, one time, which is life defining for you as you think. Look at the irony. You start for your health, but at one point, you destroy your own health just for that one momentary gratification that you get. Yes, you may all tell, no, no, if I get a medal, then I will be all over on newspapers. Then you will get name and fame. Then that's all. It's just we have only a very constricted way of looking at life.
Actually, we have Anand and Subramanyam Ayya, who has tweeted for, I think, for veg or non-veg. He has tweeted using the hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, hashtag Nithyananda. I vote for veg, as Swami says, we can't kill and eat one and still say love others. Yes, I absolutely. That's a nice click, because as Swamiji says, that just shows our hypocrisy, because you go, you pet a dog, and then that's also an animal, and you pet a dog, at the same time you go and kill a chicken and eat. How? And I also, when I see people who grow goats just to kill and eat, who grow animals just to kill and eat them, how you will give so much of love, take care of it, and then suddenly just kill that animal and eat it, that shows hypocrisy. That's a nice tweet. Say, I request all of you, actually, really, I want all of you also to join this discussion, where we are discussing about this fourth unit of time, Kalpa. What is Kalpa according to you? What did you understand it as? Even if you had just understood. Swamiji also shared the visual representation of it, a beautiful visual representation of it, which shows what each of these terms actually mean. So all of you can just take a few minutes, go to Twitter, use the hashtags, hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, and tweet your understandings. your clicks that you have gotten. I'm also understanding now.
Actually, just a small thing for many of you who are watching this for the first time and you do not know what is all this about time, kalpa, units of time, you all can go to Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. And then you actually have this whole gist of the satsang posted along with a beautiful video of the 4 units of time. You all can see it. You all can visit Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam. That's the Facebook page. And you can just scroll down and see the just the whole unit of time, a visual representation of the unit of time being posted for us. You all can see in the posts the visual representation. Yes, this is a visual. I request the video to be played like to everyone. You all can see here one rotation of Earth around itself is 1 day. Earth rotating itself is 1 day. One revolution of the moon around the Earth is 1 month. We call it one lunar month. And Earth rotating around the sun, revolution of Earth around the sun is 1 year. And the whole sun family,
the galaxy going around Mahakailasa,
the Meru Standila,
that becomes one kalpa. See, actually, I request the video to be played. All of us can see, just see the difference of the speed at which Earth rotates. Just see, just for Earth to go around, all of us can see. See at what rate Earth is rotating. You will see just 24 hours. That means just within that 1 year, how much? See, 1 day is this Earth rotation. You can see its speed. To see it's 1 month and see how in a year to how in a kalpa, the whole galaxy is going around in that speed. Then just imagine and see what it actually means. What this whole thing is actually meaning. How vast this time is. I used to think what actually like, we hear that the devatas are having a very low TPS rate. That is like for 1 day of devas, like 1 year, one human year is just 1 day of devatas. That's why we have the Nataraja Abhishekam happening at 6 times, like 6 Kala Abhishekam. It happens at 6 different times in a year for us. So I used to think, what does that all mean? So are they like really they move very slowly, or what does it mean? Now only I'm understanding the very perception of time they have is vast. How much happens in their time is vast. Ma Divyananda has tweeted, what happens during Brahma's night, Ma? Sorry, Ma Divyananda, I think I need to study more Puranas. I'm not really sure of that. But Ma Divyananda, what did you understand about this term Kalpa? What is your understanding? What is the click that you have? When we use this term Kalpa, when Swamiji explained about it, Swamiji said a very beautiful statement. Swamiji said that moment you start even intellectually cognizing this, you will be free from the fear of impermanence. Many fears that you have in your life will just lose its value. So, what did you understand? How do you cognize it?
And now, Divyananda, I just like your question. It's so unique, like this thing. But I think only Swamiji will be the only person who can answer it. He's Paramashiva, so only he is the person who can answer this question of what happened.
Actually,
but intellectually, what we all do know is that one whole kalpa of ours is just one
day of
day
Brahma.
of Brahma.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking. See, I was just trying to cognize how
Y'all can see here the unit of time being shown for all of us.
just see the speed difference, no? My God. That means like it's all like shown very slowed down and shown to us. This itself shows how it is like the rotation and that amount of time that we all are grasping. And whenever I visualize Earth, I visualize it as if it's something stagnant, like standing still Earth. But wow. Yes, all of you can go to Twitter now. Go to Twitter, use the hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag veg or non-veg, and you can also use the hashtag Nithyananda, since I'm seeing some of you using that also. You all can use any of these three hashtags or all the three and tweet your understanding. What did you understand by it? What is your click about this? See, I was just organizing yesterday, like after listening to Satsangh, I was just trying to internalize it. I was just thinking, Swamiji is existing in all these 14 planes simultaneously. Swamiji says his form is different, his actions, everything would be different. Just the breathe, but the breathing is same. Right? The breathing pattern, yes. Breathing pattern is same. I was just trying to organize it. How at the same time he's managing, see, first of all, even to organize how Swamiji is managing in this physical plane, it's just uncomprehendable because he knows every individual personally. Swamiji always say, you're not a number for him, you're a life for him. That is why everything, be it the the joyful moments of your life, or you feel powerless, he will be there to hand hold you. He will be there for you, personally knowing about you. So it's something so beautiful. And I was just trying to cognize. Then just imagine and see Swamiji's at the same time operating in all the 14 lokas. It's like, wow, too much even trying to cognize. Okay, we have Ma Saras, who's tweeted Nithyananda Ma. So happy to know that you're also watching. She's used the hashtag Kailasa vote, hashtag veg or non-veg, hashtag Nithyananda. When I read the fourth unit, just the description itself, I felt how vast universe is and realized it can only be experienced at being level education. At being level, education given in school is mere mind level intellectual. Wrong idea about life given. Such a powerful and a beautiful point you brought out.
And Ma Saras, that actually talking about school, it's so true. Not just in the context of making us understand the vastness of universe, but even our understanding in this lifetime about us, our existence when we are as a child, when we are born. We do not have the cognition that, oh, I am going to die soon. But how death is introduced to us, the schools and the society that we are brought up in plays a major role. We are taught as if you live for short time, do as much as possible, finish by this, finish by that. They only narrative thinking. I was shocked. As long as I was in my school, I never was able to raise questions about death. I was never able to raise questions about universe, existence, cosmos. First of all, it is taught to us as superstition, mythology.
Actually, if you remember, the first chapter in science says defines us as a living mechanism. The exact word used is, I think, a you're described, basically you're described as a mechanism with 8 different properties, just telling what makes you a living being. It's okay, you have movement. The difference between living and non-living is thought in terms of, okay, you have movement, you're having hunger, and you grow and you reproduce, and like this, I think some you breathe. Like this, 8 different characteristics are given, defining you. Okay, this is what you are, making us just in a very narrowed way, making us believe that we are just this much limited. Okay, so this is Ma Saraswati. So Ma Saraswati Jampala
Nithyananda Ma Saraswati.
I just saw your Twitter name and I think I got distracted. So beautiful, Ma. So I think Ma Saraswati, I'm so happy that you are also there because you usually actively participate in markets. So this, come on, you can also tweet your understandings. That's I'm so happy. We have Ma Nithyananda, we have Ma Devika Rani, Ma Saraswati, and Ananda Balasubramanyam Ayya, Dits Ayya, all of you who are watching this now. Please do share your understandings, your clicks. because it just churns the entire thing. And it, see, our mind will not allow. How many times as a child you have tried cognizing about universe? I have tried. I'll actually think, okay, how did it all come? Then I'll just try thinking, okay, so before this, what would have been there? When I cognize it, I'll just pull back because I'll feel there'll be like a fear. It immediately comes up where I'll feel like I cannot think further. I cannot think more than a certain point. Our mind, because our mind has this thing of exclusive. It makes everything okay, just this much. From this to this is yours. It cannot include things. It's more exclusive. It excludes things. It will not allow you to go beyond a certain point where it feels like it loses the control. So that is, it never allowed you to think further. So it's so beautiful that we all are having vakyats this about it. So we have Nithyananda who has shared now, using the hashtag Nithyananda. My click is that time becomes more like an eternal canvas of possibility, where we are everywhere and experience life from all possible perspectives and playing all the roles in each Leela. It is not limiting at all as we have been used to. Wow. We playing the Leela, that's something very unique to think because true. When I just cognize the term where in sixth verse of Ishavasya Upanishad, so very beautifully Swamiji describes this thing of how the seer and the seen both are one. It is the seer who is creating the scene. The seer and the seen. When you understand both of these are one, you become the seer, means you become enlightened. So I actually understand this in a very so beautiful understanding. Because now, when you cognize time with a huge possibility, it's like if I just visualize time is like an eternal canvas. You can go on painting and it'll keep filling, the color gets added and filled. Suddenly, the comparative reality that we exist in, always what do we do? If we want to feel good about ourselves, we try to compare ourselves with someone, something. That is why today, like the YouTube is filled with so many videos where people criticize some Instagram models, telling, oh, they're living a fake life. I'm not telling they're not or they are. I'm not commenting about that. But I saw the comments below are telling, I feel so much better after watching that video. And I was like, why? That's when I understood we as humans tend to live in a more comparative reality. We tend to convince ourselves, okay, if someone else is suffering, then I'm all good. Like I'm also suffering, you're also suffering, then I'm good. We tend to live in a very comparative reality because our canvas is restricted. We feel, okay, I have only this much space in my canvas of life. So I had to get the best drawing to be drawn on it. But just imagine and see, have an eternal canvas. Actually, it just suddenly makes us feel so relaxed.
Absolutely. And when you're that whole understanding that life is an eternal canvas, that time your fear, guilt, greed will lose its power over you. But this whole time, whether you understand kalpa, whether you're able to see yourself after one kalpa, all of that is like secondary. But just this one thing, like Swamiji told, when you cognize this, at least intellectually, the violence and suffering in you will drop. It is so true because if you understand I'm going to live eternally, I'm not saying you will go on committing mistakes, but the guilt will lose its power over you. You will actually start aligning. Now, what you will do? Oh, 10 years of my life I've lived as a robber. I kept stealing. Anyways, I've grown up. Now, grown old. I'm going to die in few more years. What's the point of changing now? If I change now, then what will happen? That's all will be your idea. But if you understand that all that you are doing now is just one just one bit of the canvas, you still have so much more. The possibilities that you have is so much more. Then you will realize, oh my god, I'm going to exist forever. I can't go on living like this. Let me change. That will be your thought current. There's a beautiful example. Uh, I think this is one of the best clicks I've had from what Swamiji has shared. It is like you're in a building, okay, and you are at the ground level. When you are standing in the ground level, how much can you see? You will see the garden, the gate. Little bit further, you will see the road. Let's say you go to the third floor. From there, you will be able to see few more buildings ahead. You will be able to see a road a little further. You will be able to see, okay, there are few more people walking on the road. If you are on the 7th floor or 6th floor, there you go, you can see a little bit larger view. You see the road more now, and you see if there are any vehicles coming, you see if there are how is the things going on, you'll be able to see more. Now, if someone is standing on the last floor, they will be able to see the whole picture clearly. Now what happens? It is like Swamiji, I will say Swamiji is not even standing in the last floor, he's on the helicopter or something, seeing much more larger perspective. But we are in the ground level. When you don't know about spirituality, when you don't know Swamiji, when you don't know powerful cognition, it's like you're in the ground level. So you don't know where life is all about, and you say, oh, okay, that's all is my reality, let me just live. You go put a tent in that small in center of the road and you're living there. Then as you meet Swamiji, you connect, you understand. It is like you're slowly elevated to the fourth level. From there you see, oh my god, see, I've been living in the wrong side. The road is much more bigger. I can play, there is garden in the side, I can go and do that. You start living in that. Swamiji tells, no, still there's much more. And that still there's much more for you to see, and he takes you up to the next level. Then you go to the next level, and then it is like you're playing in the road and vehicles are coming. Then Swamiji tells that no, this is delusion, there is much more. You're living in that whole life that you have created.
Actually, the best example for this is, like, in practical terms, if I had to say, just the coronavirus thing, before the pandemic happening, whole of the world was in its own way, like however it was going. Swamiji said, just be alive for next 3 years, that is enough. I'll come and give you enlightenment wherever you are. We didn't understand it. Then what Swamiji did, he started telling, see, now go on focusing. He told not to waste time. And he said, like, when people used to come and ask, okay, at the point where it was getting closer to the pandemic, but still the pandemic was not known to the world. Swamiji said to all the devotees not to go for any international travel. People didn't understand, but because Swamiji told, okay, we will not go to any international travel. Just in few days time, suddenly the whole world is under lockdown. This is just one practical example where we can see it, like it's so obvious to us. See, because only when it is very nearing and at that time you catch something like this big happening, you're able to see how obvious it is for you to understand. He is operating from a different plane altogether, and you are operating from a different plane. Just if you shift your gears to just strategizing your life based on what your guru is telling, you will feel so blessed in your life, because you don't know what you are suffering with. Actually, I from my life, like one personal thing that I had is, I was actually in the verge of getting diabetes itself because of my like I was overweight, and I had lot of problems happening because of the medicines that I had taken earlier before joining Gurukul. Still had an impact on my body. Swamiji just told to do Nirahara, but I could have just I could have responded in either two ways. I could have just told no, I am not able to do. Or I just left it telling no. Swamiji has told, let me do it. And after that, my whole system is completely healed out of it. That whole, not even a little bit of that, even the possibility to get diabetes or anything is even there in my body. Like this, I'm sure each one of you watching this will be having tons of experiences. But just this understanding the vastness, and second, just shifting your gears. Just, if you are not able to see it, at least Start cognizing from what the person who's able to see everything is telling you. That's something beautiful. We have more people who are sharing. Associated powerfulness and associated powerlessness. Being in tune with Kala, integrity to Kala, powerfulness of Kala is having cherished romance with life. Aging can only happen in friction of binary, in tune and out of tune with Kala. Cognition of Kalpa has ripple effect. Ditsaya has shared. That's a beautiful sharing. Actually, Swamiji tells these things in the Kala dimension, Satsangh, where Swamiji explains about how Kala itself is associated powerfulness and associated powerlessness in your life. And Ma Devi Karani has tweeted, hashtag using hashtag Kailasa votes, hashtag Nithyananda. Kalpa resonates with one's inner space, meaning when one matures, transforms, sees reality as it is, experiences Advaita, his inner space expands. Wholesome, this huge vastness is felt as Kalpa. Gratitude, thank you, Bhagwan and Sangha. I feel so like actually reading all these different clicks, that's just expanding on my cognition, how I'm cognizing Kalpa, how the whole truth of Kalpa actually feels. It's so beautiful. And nice to see that all of you are watching and tweeting and responding. Now, just so that all of you also know, I know already some of you have already taken up the challenge. We have the Nirahara Samyama challenge. The first level is 3 days, second level is 7 days, and third level is 21 days. By October 25th, if you're finishing, you can get ready to win some exciting gifts from Swamiji. We have 4 different types of the Niraharas. First is Nithyananda Nirahara, where you are just going to be on liquids. Second is the Vyasa Nirahara, where you just consume the rice and vegetables that are grown around Himalayas, and you chant the Brahma Sutras. Third is Rama Nirahara, where you just consume vegetables and fruits that are mostly forest grown, and you chant the Upanishads. Fourth is the Krishna Nirahara, where you continuously consume only the dairy products. So you all can go to befoodfree.org and sign up. If you can take a few minutes, go to befoodfree.org and sign up. We'll give you a few minutes. Or if you can go and join and become part of this challenge, befoodfree.org. Yes, now with this, let's enter into the most awaited part of our day, which is the Nithyananda Satsangh. Let's enter into a small meditation. Please sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out deeply and slowly. Start chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your 3 eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
சேயனை காக்கவே சிந்தை இறங்கிய சீல நித்யேஸ்வரியாய் சீர்மிகும் மேருவாம் ஜோதி மலை தந்திலே தாயன தோன்றினாளே. தவழ்கின்ற பருவத்து தாலாட்டினை கூட ஞானமாய் தருவித்தவள் துவழ்கின்ற போதெல்லாம் துன்பத்தை தூசியாய் துடைத்தம்மை அணைக்கின்றவள் அருள்கின்ற நித்திய தாயவள் அக வாழ்வின் இருள் தன்னை களைகின்றவள் மருள்கின்ற மக வைத்து மடி மீது சாற்றியை மலை போல உயிர்ப்பித்தவள் சேயனை காக்கவே சிந்தை இறங்கிய சீல நித்யேஸ்வரியாய் சீர்மிகும் மேருவாம் ஜோதி மலை தன்னிலே தாயன தோன்றினாளே. தூயவன் ஆனந்த தாண்டவன் மாதவள் தீராத அன்பினாலே தீராத அன்பினாலே தீராத அன்பினாலே தீராத அன்பினாலே ஆனி பொன்னாலான வண்ணத்து
கைலை இறையென உரைபவன் அருணையில் குருவென மலர்ந்தது புகழ் பாடி அருள் பெறவே திருப்பதம் தனில் அடியவர் சாற்றி மகிழ்வுறும் பாமாலை. நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே. அகமே நிறைந்த எம் அண்ணாமலை வேந்தனே ஜெகம் போற்றும் எம் ஆனந்த நித்யனே சாற்றும் இப்பாமாலை ஏற்றமை காப்பாயே. நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே. நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சலம் தந்த வரமே அகத்தினில் அமர்ந்தே அருள் தரும் நித்யானந்தா. குருவாய் மலர்ந்திங்கு உணர்வாய் கலந்தெமக்குயர்வாழ் வழித்திடும் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. புவி மேல் பிறந்தது எதனால் என்பதும் அறியா பதர்யாம் நித்யானந்தா. துதிப்பாடிடும் வரம் அளித்தே குறைதனை களைந்தாய் கணம் தனில் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. பாய்ந்திடும் மனம் நிலையாய் அமர்த்திடுவாயென பணிந்தோம் நித்யானந்தா. மனம் தாண்டிய மலை மகனே புயலென புகுந்தாய் மனந்தனில் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. இக வாழ்வே பெரும் பிணிதானென உணர்ந்தே உனை அடைந்தோம் நித்யானந்தா. ஜகமாயையில் இருந்தமை மீட்டே தடுத்தாட்கொண்டிடுவாய் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அகங்காரம் அதன் விளைவாய் யுகங்களாய் பிறந்தே தவித்தோம் நித்யானந்தா. நிலையானது ஆன்மாவென உணர்ந்துந்தன் பதம் சரண் புகுந்தோம் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. எதிராய் புரிந்திந்த புவி மேல் நீதம் வந்த அகந்தையில் உழன்றோம் நித்யானந்தா. கதிராய் நிலைதனை எரித்தே வழி தரும் ஒளியாய் மலர்ந்த எம் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய.
Listen. If you are able to see me, hear me, please wave your hands. Listen. The basic principle I want to explain is, in every aspect of life, all these 36 principles are different aspects of life. Today, I am giving you an example of Kala Tattva, time principle. How an unconscious, ordinary human being, how they grasp time. Maximum they are able to grasp only these 3 units of time. Earth rotating itself, making one day. Chandra, moon, going around the earth, making 1 month. Earth going around the sun, making 1 year. Only these 3 basic units of time, unconscious human mind is able to grasp. But the consciousness which could center itself in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, superconscious state, finds he is centered in Mahakailasa. This whole Surya Mandala is going around the Mahakailasa, makes the 4th unit of time called Kalpa. Listen. When you don't understand the 4th unit of time, Kalpa, you start developing very narrow vision about time, life, about everything. Anyone, even intellectually, understands the concept of Kalpa, the 4th unit of time, is liberated from so much of fears. I tell you, the permanence of existence, perception about life absolutely changes the moment you understand this 4th unit of time. I'm just revealing some of the superconscious principles. I want a long Vakyartha Sadas to happen in every level. Understand? Because we are agitated, we don't think for a long time. Because we don't think or try to understand the multiple units of time. We are just stuck with 3 units of time. That is why all our planning, all our ability to connect with the time, all our ability to understand time stops with the units of years. Whether you calculate for 10 year or 10 million year, the whole thing is just within the unit called year. But if you understand the 4th unit of time, Kalpa or Yuga, the whole realization about you, life, everything will change. The sin of one life theory will lose its base. I call it a sin because of that one life theory. So much suffering for humanity. See whether the greedy way of generating the wealth by destroying the earth. It's like you are going to attend a competition, bodybuilding competition tomorrow, just to get the award or the winner title. You take steroids and show the muscles which is not really built by hard work through steroids or drugs. You are ready even to die day after tomorrow after winning the title. But somehow you want to win the title. How unconscious human beings can go. You see, anyone when they start gymming and building muscles, the purpose is health. But when they get addicted to it and greedy about it, they are ready to die to win the title, to win the competition. How unconsciousness turns the whole purpose. Same way, wealth is for living happily long time. But when you become too greedy, you are ready to even compromise on the security of the planet Earth, safety of the planet Earth. Why do you think there is so much of carbon release and global warming, and still we are not bothered about protecting the earth? The greed for the wealth, luxury, has made man forget the security of the planet Earth. Understand? Whatever I am talking, I am revealing the principles of superconsciousness. If you do Vakyartha Sadas, you will understand in individual life, social life, political life, and international levels, in how many ways the unconscious understandings of human beings is creating confusion. I tell you,
Nithya Shankara, Nithyananda Shankara.
listen. I tell you, listen to these basic truths. Understanding the fourth unit of the time will give you understanding about life and tremendous joy, ecstasy, fulfillment that you are going to be here for a long time. I tell you, this ability to grasp the fourth unit of time comes to you when you bring tremendous shanti in you. I sincerely request all Hindus, all my disciples who trust me, bring more and more peace inside you. I can give you 5 major techniques to bring peace inside you. 1, unclutching. Nothing like unclutching to bring peace in you. 2, chant Vedic Upanishads and Suktas. Chanting of the Vedic Upanishads and suktas will bring loud chanting. See, when you chant loudly, the broken thought current stuck in your system, which is responsible for tiredness, depression, unknown illogical behaviors of you. The unknown illogical behaviors of you is due to the broken, irrational, junk thought currents sitting inside you, like undigested food. If you take Haritaki, all the undigested food will leave you and you will be free. Same way, if you chant loudly the Vedic Upanishads and Suktas, all the broken, depressing, illogical thought currents will leave you. You will experience Shanti, peace. Third, intense ajapa japa. Fourth, little romantic but very powerful, feeling connection with Guru, intense feeling connection with Guru. When you have a deep feeling connection with Guru, just listening to his words or songs on him, about him, by him, or seeing his form, any activity related to feeling connection will bring tremendous Shanti, peace. Fifth, listen carefully. Listen very carefully. First, unclutching. Second, chanting of the Vedic Upanishads and mantras and suktas. Third, ajapa japa. Fourth, feeling connection. Fifth, any power manifestation. If you sit in oneness and do any power manifestation, you will add so much Shanti in you. Understand? Adding Shanti Tattva inside you, building Shanti Tattva inside you, just like building muscles. Building Shanti Tattva is a spiritual practice. Building muscles is a physical practice. Building Shanti Tattva is the spiritual practice. You can start doing. The Shanti Tattva will make you realize the fourth unit of time. Time and thought currents is closely related. If you have the high TRP, high number of thoughts per second, you will feel like time is not moving at all. You will, if you are in absolute peace, you will feel like time, oh God, days have disappeared and you are in ecstasy. Listen. So your inner space, Shanti, and your ability to grasp the higher units of time is closely connected. The thoughts per second, TPS, and your ability to grasp time is highly connected. Especially Kayakalpa Yoga students, this is the important lesson you need to know. You need to cognize the fourth unit of time for you to master Kayakalpa. Listen, the idea you have about time is responsible for certain chemicals to be released in your body. If you understand the fourth unit of time, a unique special chemical released inside your body that is called Amrita. See, all the gods and demons going around the Meru Mandara, the Meru hill, the Mahakailasa, understanding the time through the Vasuki snake. Vasuki is nothing but the symbolic representation of the time snake, Kala Sarpa. When that happens, the body releases nectar. Understand? The understanding I am giving now, the vast understanding about the fourth unit of time, if you can intellectually internalize and see in your life, suddenly you will realize you have so many powerful cognitions, so many powers, so many wonderful things in life. Understand, this whole Kailasa I am forming to keep at least in one place on the planet Earth the cosmic law as country law, cosmic principles as the country's principles. I am a person will do what I want. I'll do what I want. Nothing can be done about it. You call that as arrogance or pride, or I don't care about any of your definitions. I just know what I am carrying is Satya Sankalpa. I will do what I want. I will make Kailasa on planet Earth. The Mahakailasa's principles will be the principles of this country. The laws of Mahakailasa will be the laws of this country. No one can stop it. I will do it and show it. Only then people will understand what I am trying to do or what I was planning to manifest. I'll do it now. See, I tell you, whatever you know about me till now, everything is delusion. Because I have to make strategies, plans, decisions based on the country where I was living, based on their law, their society, how human minds react to that laws, that society. Based on that, I have to strategize, plan, react, respond. Any idea you developed about me based on my action, reaction, responses, everything is delusion, because all of that is not me. That is the response for your country's laws, your society's actions, reactions, the way your unconscious mind is trained. For that, what best response I can give, I have given. Only now in Kailasa, you are going to see the real me. Whatever you have seen me is reaction to your society. Unfortunately, I have to be with unconscious society in the initial days of my manifesting of Kailasa. So anything you know, whether you have incompletion about my policies, My reactions, actions, principles related to economy or the work or human beings or relationships, anything you know is delusion. Now in Kailasa, only I am going to really demonstrate who I am and manifest the real me, Paramashiva. I tell you, the country where I was living, naturally, at any situation, at any given point, I have to act or react or respond based on those countries' society's laws. And people who come to me also, they are bound by those laws, principles, ideas. For example, in Adi Kailasa, working more was expected as lifestyle. But in Kailasa, sitting more is going to be expected as a lifestyle. The more you sit unclutched, the more you are going to be glorified. Because we just need 10,000 human beings to sit, unclutch and radiate that intense Shanti. The intense Shanti into the universe to nullify the collective negativity. We need more gods for planet Earth, less human. But unfortunately, in Indian society, when you don't work, you only fall into tamas. Your body is trained. The food, thought currents, lifestyle, everything. Either you are active or sleeping, confused, lethargic, depressed, not in Turiya. But the food style, lifestyle, everything in Kailasa will be, you are unclutched, unclutched, unclutched. The more you are unclutched, more intensely active you are. More you are in Turiya, more active. More you are in Turiyatita, more strategically active. Lifestyle, food style, everything. And understandings about life. I tell you, just this one principle, understanding the fourth unit of time. I am not even explaining the whole Surya Siddhanta. Surya Siddhanta explains not only the unit of Kala, there is something called where the Kala takes turn. Means Kala is described as the serpent eating its own tail. Snake eating its own tail continuously. That eating, how it just pulls its tail and swallows, that is called happening, event. I'll give you a small understanding about these events of time. Like how I explained the units of time, listen to the event of time. Earth rotates itself. Moon not only goes round the earth, it also rotates itself. Earlier I said moon was kept as a satellite and it doesn't rotate for a different purpose, for a different understanding. Later on I'll talk about that, why I made that statement. The comparative parameters with which I was comparing, there it was different, and now the statement I am making is different. Don't be confused. Now listen to this statement. Then you will understand this whole principle I am trying to explain. Earth moves, rotates itself and goes round the sun. Same way, moon rotates itself and goes round the earth. And sun rotates itself and goes round the Mahakailasa. In this movements, listen carefully, the unit of time is dependent on the actions. Events of time is this self-rotation and going around another body, crisscrossing of that is event. For example, because moon goes round the earth and earth is going around the sun, this crisscrossing is the eclipse. At one point, this crisscrossing happens, means sun is covered by the moon or moon is covered by the sun. This crisscrossing, that is called events, eclipses. Same way, sun rotating itself and going around the Mahakailasa creates multiple events, not just unit. It creates multiple events. Now, I'll only give you the basic understanding about the events. I will reveal the events of Kala Tattva later. Now understand the units of Kala Tattva and also understand how by not understanding the units of Kala Tattva, we are all collectively suffering and started believing suffering is natural. No! Suffering is neither natural nor inevitable. Hey, with the right understandings, it doesn't even exist. The visionaries are convinced suffering is inevitable. So the followers are also convinced suffering is inevitable. That is the biggest suffering. That is the real delusion. That is the real delusion. Units of time and events of time. In Surya Siddhanta, snake eating its own tail, every swallowing is considered as event. A full snake body eaten by itself is called unit. So for earth rotating itself, there's a unit and events. Moon rotating itself, there is unit and events. Moon going around the earth, there is unit and events. Earth going around the sun, there is unit and events. Sun going around the Mahakailasa, there is unit and events. Now, let us look at only the fourth unit of time. The fourth unit of time is cognized by the mind which lives in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And even if all of you have not achieved the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, if you understand the principles from a person who lives in Nirvikalpa Samadhi and makes that as a lifestyle, you will enjoy all the benefits of the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. For example, Einstein's theory. All of us may not understand, but many benefits derived from that theory, we are all enjoying in our life because we decided to accept his theories. Same way, the fourth unit of time, this theory, all of you may not be able to grasp it, but if you decide to accept and enjoy, make this theory as a part of you, you will enjoy all the benefits of these truths, benefits of this theory. That is what I call living enlightenment. Till you realize personally, individually, as your own enlightenment, living it because your Guru has revealed it, making that as your vision because your Guru has revealed it, is living enlightenment. I tell you, if you have intense feeling connection with Guru, celebrate you are a blessed one. Because so many realizations, without you waiting to achieve, you will start getting the benefits of it. You will start reaping the benefits of Guru's realizations without you waiting to achieve it personally. See, you not enjoying the benefits till you reach that space personally is waste of time. Till you understand all the principles of electricity, if you say, I will not use fan or air cooler or heater or lights, you are a fool. You learn, no doubt. Learning is good, encouraged. But till you learn, don't say, I will not use the benefits. I will not enjoy the benefits. So you should get enlightened. But don't be fool to tell, till I am enlightened, I will not enjoy the benefits of the enlightened realities and truths and principles. Enjoying the benefits and realities and principles, all the benefits of enlightenment, even before personally achieving it, due to your trust on the Guru, is living enlightenment. Jivan Mukti. Let's do Vakya Sadas on this fourth unit of time. Yuga, Kalpa. I'll continue in the further satsangs. Sorry for the technical glitch in between. Actually, I left the Jata open, but only after a few minutes I realized only if the Jata is there as the weight on my head, I'm able to be very grounded and able to talk to all of you continuously. Without the Jata weight on the head, just system shoots up into Samadhi. That's the reason I tied the Jata and started the Satsang again. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all move to Paramashivoham's session. And I also want to thank all the volunteers, Kailashians who are sincerely working in Paramashivoham projects. Even though I am not sitting every day for all the sessions, see, somebody working when I am actively following up is different. But so many of you are sincerely working, knowing that I am in Samadhi. Even though I am not following up, I am not attending to all the meetings, I am not following up with everyone. I am in samadhi, but you are sincerely working. That is the extreme chastity. Understand? When the king is in palace, you being chaste is not something great. That is a lifestyle. But when the king has gone for some hunting or a war, in those days they go for Tirtha Yatra or the hunting or war or some purposes. At that time also, when you are chaste, that's a real, absolute, pure dedication. So all those volunteers, Paramashivoganas, who are sincerely working, I am seeing such large amount of work is happening. The Hinduism PDF is ready, which is going to be released on Vijayadashami day. Earlier I planned for 100,000 page. Thanks to Hinduism PDF team, they already crossed 1 million page now. It's ready. I actually thought the Hinduism PDF, we will release it with 100,000 page on Vijayadashami and then start building. In next 2 years I wanted to make it as a million pages, and down the lane 5 years at least billion page. We should be the largest wiki resource for Hinduism. That was my plan. But the team has worked so sincerely. Hats off to all Hinduism PDF team. I'm so happy you guys did it. Already we have crossed million page. We have not even published it. Crossed million page, and whole thing is legally, properly collected without violating any copyright. Everything is legitimate. If somebody has copyrighted, we approach them and get them to give us the copyright. Or if they have declared that they don't have a copyright and anyone can use it, we acknowledge them, properly give our gratitude to them for making that material available to us. Everything is very organized, systematic, legitimate, which will be up for Vijayadashami. So now I am feeling within next 2 years we can make it into billion pages. Because we already crossed million, we can make it into billion pages because the scriptures we collected is not yet added in this million page. That is there another 20 million books. In that we are now working with every publisher, getting copyright, all that legal work is going on. If all that is done properly, we will be easily crossing billion page. Thanks to the team which is working all over the world sincerely, intensely. Even though I am not personally following up or managing, even though I am in samadhi, thanks to your chastity, absolute commitment and chastity, and sincerely working. Even while I am in samadhi, I tell you, whoever is working for Kailasa when I am in samadhi, all the gifts I get from Kailasa belongs to you, will be showered on you. All the auspiciousness, energy, blessings, everything goes to you. And blessings to everyone who is actively part of building Kailasa, making Kailasa happen. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.